What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hope Shot Sunday Night Live. Man, it has been one hell of a weekend, I'll tell you right now. I ain't gonna lie. If you guys are just jumping on, say what's up, let us know you're here. Good to see you and Caesar, Nate and Caesar tonight. Caesar, will you read a clarity statement for me, man?
Yeah, I apologize if my dog goes ham in the middle of this. The Hope Shot Clarity Statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. Man, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I didn't want to come on here tonight, and that's the truth. I had Caesar and Nate talk me into coming on because you know what? That's what they do. They talk me off the ledge and tell me to get my shit together. And because coming on here is important, it's to talk about the struggles, and I wanted to do a rerun. I was not feeling it. I've been going through a lot lately. I've been having a lot of circumstances happen, and man, it's one of those. It's probably one of the hardest weeks. I think I handled Tiffany's cancer diagnosis easier for some reason, but this one was like, I don't know, man. It's just like it's really gotten me. It's got me, and I'm struggling a little bit, and so we're gonna talk about it, man, and we're gonna talk about some good stuff. But the topic for tonight is it's never too late. Fill in the blank. It's never too late. I'm gonna tell you why and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna talk about my struggles too. But I'm first say what's up to some people that I see in the comments, and you guys are just jumping on. Say what's up. Also, please share this live feed. You never know who might need to hear it. Let's see. We got Allie. What's up to you? Hey, family. We got Debbie. Good evening. Good to see you. We got Kathy. Hello to you as well. We got Jamie. Good evening. Good evening to you. We got Corinne. I think I said that right. Good evening. The struggle is so real lately. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. But it's about talking about it. It's about getting out there in the open, man, so it loses its power, right? And that's what it's about. It's about reaching out, getting it out there, and that way it doesn't bring you down. We got Debbie. Good to see you. She says, "I know how you feel. That's how my week is too." We got Brittany. Good to see you too. Not late today, huh? Thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. We got Jenna. Good to see you. Alan. Yes, sir. We got Sarah. Hey, Hope Shot. Hope shit. Sometimes it be like that, you know what I mean? I'm on the struggle bus. Yes. Well, I'm the bus driver, I feel sometimes. We got Ashley. Hey guys, been a couple weeks, but you get it. Struggles real. Yes. I think we're all going through a little something. It comes, man. It comes in waves.
Dude, last week, almost everybody that I know, everybody had a crap week or a stressful week, I should say.
Yeah, and Caesar, you went to the same thing, man.
Oh yeah, it was a hell of a week.
Yo, it's something in the air, man. Maybe it's just the seasons changed. You know what I mean?
If we had Chakra Khan on here, she'd tell us that the planets were aligned in a strange way and the forces were at work against our energy, and we could understand it, but she's not. So we're left to our own devices, and we just say we had a crappy week.
Is that how that goes?
I guess.
Man. So I thank you all for tuning in tonight. So if y'all struggling, man, I'm glad you're here. Because I'm here and I didn't want to be here, but I'm here anyways. And because we show up and we this is like a little family, man. We get together, we talk about it, we have our week, and we kill this week ahead, right? And it's gonna be different from last week. So it's never too late. Fill in the blank, right? I talked about this because I was in a meeting the other day, And there's some people that I've never talked to because I'm just so socially awkward. I'm just so awkward. Like I'm just an awkward person sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, there's no point in even doing it now. It's too late, man. It's too late. It's already done. Might as well freaking throw in the towel. You know what I mean? Just like that's a lot of things. Like I want to say something to somebody. I want to raise my hand and say something, or I want to introduce myself to somebody. And then by the time like it comes and I'm like, I get tripped up, and then dude, it's over. It's done. I'm like, I'm already too weirded out now. You know? and and that's just who I am as a person, you know. And sometimes I hate it. I hate that one quality of mine that I don't know if it's a quality. I don't know what it is, but it sucks because I feel like it's already too late, and it's like you might as well just give up now and go. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of things in my life that I do that with too. I foul up on a couple things, and man, it's over. I'm already too weirded out by the time it happens, and it's done. And and me and Tiffany were talking about it the other day because sometimes she feels the same way. Like she makes it a point though to actually get past that and go introduce yourself to the people she doesn't know, because like we've been around the block for a while. We've seen each other, we've passed each other, we've, you know, multiple times, and it's just like, you know, I don't know, it's never that way. And so I get weirded out by that, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. But then I'm like, it's too late, and I'm like, is it really too late? Like life is short. How is it too late? What's it too late for? You know what I mean? Like, so I asked myself that. And yeah, so I but it, you know, like I said, life is short, and it's never too late to start over, to try again, to make a better attempt, just like this week coming ahead. Oh, it's too late. It's you might as well just close up shop. I wanted to burn it all down this week. I literally had so much anxiety from all the things that I'm doing, and like I have to own my part in everything that I do. And like I really don't want to, but I had to this week, and I had to own my part and say that I wasn't doing right by my business, and just letting, I don't know, giving too much on the people and giving too much responsibility. And it's really not, I guess it's not where they're supposed to be. And you know, it is what it is, man. It's a learning lesson all the way around. And I've definitely learned something from this. And sometimes I feel like I'm going into a failure, but it's never a fail. It's just learning from here and growing from here. And it is what it is. You know, this week's going to be better. I have a lot of things on my plate that I don't want to deal with. I just want to go run and hide. You know, I really do. I don't know how to I don't know how to handle certain things that have happened. Like, I don't know how to handle it. And so my first thought is run, hide, you know, like just it's almost like everything else in my life. If it becomes overwhelming and difficult and uncomfortable, um, try to push it away, and then it causes me more pain, because that's not what you can do in the situation that I'm in. And but that's what I want to do. I want to run and hide, but I'm not. So that's where I'm at. I'm here, and I hope you you know, whoever's struggling tonight, I hope you guys find a way out as well, and don't run from it. Don't run from it. But Caesar.
I want to go first because I know Nate's got a lot to say. You know, Nate's going to drop bombs, so I'm going to give him plenty of time. But we're saving that for him, though. For just 50 cents a month, you too could support Nate.
My bad. I thought you were going to do it too.
No.
Should have waited.
So, yeah, man, it was a really tough week. And the topic is it's never too late. So I'll hit on the topic first, and then I want to talk about this week that we all had. So the it's never too late thing, for me, I had been in 5 different rehabs. I'd really basically tried everything. in and out being incarcerated. And when I first got into a 12-step program, I thought everybody was like way worse than me. You know, I was like, man, these people are a disaster. I'm not like them. But by the time I show up at 37 years old, I'm like, dude, I'm way worse than everybody in this room. It's too late. I missed the bus. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be saved. I shouldn't even try. But it's true. It's never too late. I've seen guys in their 60s that I worked with that came in and took their first crack at it and had a beautiful life after that. I came in at 37 and I have a beautiful life today because it wasn't too late. And the growth that we go through every day, the uncomfortable growth, Justin, the opportunities to face our fears. And it's never too late to do something different. You know, if we've always run away from something, it's not too late to face it for the first time, go through it, and then gain that experience so you can share it with somebody else when they're struggling with the same thing. Dude, so I run a roofing company and I run multiple branches, and all in the same week, my main like right hand person had a death in the family. It was tragic. And she had to go be with her family, and I knew I was losing her for a week. And I was already kind of panicked about that. But I was like, hey, I've got this other person that can help me with this stuff. And I jokingly said, hopefully she doesn't get sick. I said this on a Sunday night, and then I go in Monday morning and she got sick. So it was basically me and the woman that answers the phones that doesn't know anything about the processes. And dude, I was losing my mind all week, like 14, 15-hour days, doing aspects of the job that I'm not used to doing, that is really somebody else's stuff that they do, and just putting it all on my shoulders and going through. But the main thing that kept me sane was this woman that works with me had a death in her family. And what motivated me was, I don't want to bother her while she's grieving. I need to get through this and figure it the hell out so I don't leave this pile of work for her when she comes back. So by me focusing on trying to do the right thing by her, it put aside the fears of this is too much, or this is, I can't do it. I just said, I got to get it done because I'm not going to do that to her. I'm not going to leave her with this pile of work that's in front of her. I mean, that's in front of me. So yeah, man, Justin struggled this week. Nathan's going through some stuff. My wife, just about everybody I know had some kind of like weird, funky week. But I'm going to put this up. Jamie said, and I was just about to say it, no matter what. Yeah, no matter what, I'm going to get up and put my best foot forward, and I'm going to walk through the stuff that I used to run from, because that's the only way I get stronger. I don't get stronger by hiding. I don't get stronger by not sharing my burdens with my people. I have to do these things on a daily basis. And, it's never too late. It's never too late for me to grow up and get uncomfortable doing something that I've never done before. We hide from stuff. I won't say I hide from stuff that I'm not good at because I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to do something that I can't do perfectly. But there's no growth in that. If I stay away from the things that I'm not really good at, I don't learn anything. I don't grow. I don't become better. So there's some humility in trying these new things and trying to deal with situations we've never dealt with before, hard conversations, facing things that we don't want to, like what you were going through this week, Justin. Like, nobody wants to have to deal with that crap, but we can. We just have to try and be able to show ourselves what we're actually capable of and the courage that we actually have inside. And I have to lean on my source, my higher power. I have to lean on my people. And I get through it, and I'm able to tell Justin, hey man, look, I know it feels like the worst thing ever, but let me tell you what I go through on a daily basis, and I'm able to do it. So I know you can do it. Let me explain to you how this thing goes. And that's the beauty of this program, of just recovery in general, is that there's always somebody that's gone through the crap that we're going through. And they did it without taking a drink or a drug, or they did it without burning their lives down and starting over or hiding from it. And there is some serious power in that. When I get to hear it from somebody else, like, hey man, you think you got it bad? Well, this is what I went through. And, it usually sounds like a pissing contest at first, but it's also sound advice. Like, oh man, you think you got it bad? Well, I did A, B, C, and D, and I did it with no car, no license, and I faced it, and I did this. And you're like, oh man, now I sound like a little bitch. I'm over here crying about some high class ass problems, but I need that perspective. And that's why I got to be talking to everybody all the time so I can get perspective. I was talking to Nate about my little resentment analogy of, it's just like this little bitty thing. One thing in our lives can go wrong, and we have this whole beautiful life, and this one little piece goes wrong, and we go like this, and we put it right in front of our eye, and we can't see the beauty of anything else because we're stuck on the one little thing that is going wrong. And the only way that I can pull it back away from my eyes by sharing that with my people and getting it right size and inviting my God in, and it shrinks it, makes it smaller, and eventually I can go, well, I was stupid. Why did I make such a big deal out of that? But I can't see that without other people's perspective. I'll keep that shit in my head, and it's the boogeyman, and it's the biggest thing in the world. As soon as I share it with my people, it shrinks down to what it is, and it's just a minute problem that I've got to face. So that's all I got, man.
I will say that yes, you're exactly right. Putting shit in perspective, because I was like, I can sit here and bitch. Oh man, listen, we can't minimize problems, right? My problems is my reality, and that's just what it is. And there are people that are going through more crap than what I am, right? But they're still about the same, Why are mine less? It's like you can't think of your problems as less, and you should talk about it.
It's a big deal.
I know,
but it needs to be made right size, because when you put it next to something like this life or death, you go, oh wait, this isn't going to kill me. This is just going to make me freaking uncomfortable, and it sucks.
Exactly.
So
it does put in perspective, but also your problems are not as less than as other people's. But so, and I want everybody, if anybody does prayer, put in your prayers tonight. We have a close friend, and him and the mother are going to go through a lot of crap this week. And that's why it did put it in perspective for me, not to think of my problems less, but I could suck it up. You know what I mean? Suck it up, Buttercup. Don't cry as much. But they are going through some serious stuff this week. And the daughter's about to start chemo for a year. And then that's some serious shit right there, man. I couldn't imagine, Tiffany went through the chemo stuff, but I couldn't imagine my kid. So let's lift them up in prayer, man. If you guys can put them in your prayer list or in your prayers tonight, please do that. We do need to lift them up and be, there for them, and that's why it did put it in perspective for me. And I'm like, man, my problems are very minimum, they can be fixed, but, and that definitely did. That's why I was saying it does put in perspective, man, because my thing is not as hard as what they're about to go through, that journey, So, yeah. Let's read some of the comments up in here, and then we're going to let Nate with the Sarah McLachlan song go at it. He's like, please don't do that. He's like, if you do that, I'm going to drop you. We got Steve in the house. What's up, Steve? Beatings will continue unless the lesson is learned, which has been my experience. Yes, the lesson has to be learned. If not, man, it's what you allow, right? It's what you allow in your life. And if you keep happening, it's your own damn fault, right? Let's see. We got Alfred in the house too. He says, glad to be here tonight to hear y'all's strength, courage, and hope. I'm celebrating a year sober. Finally, for the first time in my life, I'm physically and mentally sober. Thank you all for everything. Congratulations, Alfred. That's amazing, man. 1 year is just the best. She just went to 2 celebrations this past weekend, or one celebration that had 2 people celebrating 1 year. Sober's cool, man. Good to see you. Let's see. We have Eugenia. Hello from California, new viewer. Good to see you here. Let's see. We got sober supports here lately. I try to look at it like I go through days like this, so some other soul that normally goes through it is able to have brighter days. Exactly why we go through things and come out the other side. Ooh, I love this one right here. Jamie says perfectionism is a defect of mine too. Yes. And that's a big thing, man. It's like I'm such a perfectionism. And when people say I do wrong, I'm like, no, ain't happening. Do you know who I am? You know? But yes, I'm fallible. And that's okay. Let's see. We got Angela says, hello from Angela Jacks from Iron Gate Recovery in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, hello, Angela Jacks. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. We got Beth says, it's never too late to share our burdens. Jamie, absolutely. Share your struggles with people. Share your story with others, and you're never alone. Let's see. We got Eugenia says, I am starting chemo for a year too. Oof. I'm praying for you too, Eugenia. Tiffany went through that for 6 months, and it was rough. So big prayers for you. Hopefully you have a big support group, man, because that's what we leaned on big time through the whole thing. Let's see. We got Brittany says, what you allow is what will continue. Exactly. Robin says, I can change my mindset as at any time. Prayer, meditation, breath, God can, if I let him. I have to take Jesus out of the car to go with me to work. Exactly. All right. Nate.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, man?
Yeah, this is a great topic. It's never too late. I immediately flash back to kind of my my last 3 years of getting loaded, and probably some of the darkest times of my life. Not probably was the darkest times of my life. Because I was on the back end of you know about 14 years of incarceration, 20 plus years of being completely insane, completely devoid of security, rational, um, self-worth, self-esteem, joy, happiness. Everything that I experienced was artificial and it was fleeting. It came and it went, and I had to go find more. And I just remember thinking it's too late for me. This is it. This is my life. This is my destiny. This is how I will spend the rest of my days living just like this. And what a nightmare. What a horrible reality to live in, right? Um the only thing that took, you know, um some of that punch, some of that the severity of it or the realness of it or the fear of it away was that it was my only reality. I didn't realize there was any other way to live. So I was kind of okay with it, as much as you can accept that stuff. I just figured I had no frame of reference, all I had was this this illusion of how my life was prior to, and I was a scared kid before I put anything in my body, let alone after. And yeah, so I was just like, man, it's too late, that how can I rebound from this? How can I be forgiven? I did not feel worthy of anything. I didn't feel worthy of forgiveness. I didn't feel worthy of love. I didn't feel worthy of redemption. happiness, friendship, relationships. Um, I can't even say I didn't feel worthy of recovery because I didn't have any idea what recovery truly was, you know? But I didn't even feel like I deserved an opportunity to discover it, you know? And so for anybody, you know, that's been out there and been running and just been, you know, in that space where there's like no room for growth. There's no room to allow anything in other than what's been in there haunting you for however many years, you know. um I pray that, you know, that there's a crack in the window or a crack in the door and you're able to see some light, because that's exactly what happened to me. And but it took what it took. Oh, I hate oh, it takes what it takes. I hate when people tell me that shit. It's so annoying, you know, but it's so true, you know, like I had to go through everything I had to go through to get to where I was at that time, you know. And when that door cracked open, um I was just desperate and pathetic and hopeless enough and out of options to, you know, walk through that crack and start seeing something different. Start seeing opportunity, start seeing chance, something different. You know, I was and it's funny because, you know, in that moment, um I knew that right then and there, I knew that it wasn't too late and this was my time. Yeah, and I did not take it for granted because I knew that opportunities, um, positive opportunities were few and far between for a guy like me. Not because they weren't available, but because I was unaware. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you guys. All right.
Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I had to switch AirPods, yo. Okay. Yeah. No music, bro. That throws me off.
I know. I just had to. I had to.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, so I I got me off track now. Hold on, I'll bounce back. Give me a minute. Okay. So yeah, it's never too late. So I get this opportunity and I get it. I finally see that there's another way. And yeah, and I don't take it for granted. I take advantage of this opportunity because like I was saying, I didn't have many opportunities. Not that people weren't reaching out their hands, that there wasn't opportunities for me to get sober before, but it was just that my soul could not perceive that I was worthy of such things until that these things aligned and I was able to see it for what it was. And so I mean, in that moment, yeah, I truly embraced the idea that this was my time and that it wasn't too late. And I knew um, that it was going to be a lot of work, and it was a huge undertaking, um, uh, and and I treated it as such. I took it seriously, you know, because um, I had taken the last 2+ decades of my life serious in a way to where I did everything conceivable to perpetuate the illusion that I sold myself, which was this was all I deserve. This is all I'm worth. This is what I have to settle for because this what I've done, because I'm carrying around all this guilt and shame and regret for, you know, think people I've hurt, places I've been, things that's happened to me, you know, and finally, you know, I'm in another space to where I can start seeing these things not as liabilities, but assets, because I now, I get busy. I start doing the work. I start working with a mentor that I trust, and I get super honest and vulnerable, and yeah, and just layers start peeling off, and yeah, it's never too late. Now I'm 39 going on 40 when I get sober, right? And it's never too late to have your first own your first car, pay your first bill, to own your first business, to start a nonprofit, to travel around the country, and you know and do and work with others, and see the world, and travel and surf and go to shows. And these are all some of the external blessings that I got. But the magic was, the true magic was, it was never, I had the opportunity to completely recreate my life, not externally, but internally, because for the first time ever, I discovered just who I am, right? And in that process, I discover that I am worthy of love, of friendship, of hope, of faith, of a connection to my source. I am worthy to be a part of a community. I am. I deserve to respect myself, to love myself, to have peace of mind, to have serenity, to have confidence. I'm still working on that, but I start having just these very basic core things that I think a lot of people probably take for granted, and guys like us have never experienced. And I in that discovery of self, I'm able to finally find my purpose, and for somebody that was so lost and so broken, had so much trauma, and carried so much pain and guilt and shame, to finally transform that into my purpose, which is to serve others to the best of my ability, and to show up in a way that's honest and with integrity and character. Um, it's the greatest. You cannot tell me that that there is not something divine in this world, because I had a hopeless obsession for 2+ decades. I could not cut loose of it. I cannot outthink it. I cannot outrun it. I cannot throw money at it. No treatment center, no prison, no me losing my girls, nothing could take this away. And one day I woke up and it was gone. And and then a fellowship built up around me, like the friendships that have been formed, the reuniting with my family. It is never too late. I swear, there's promises that come true in this journey that they're not a fantasy, and but they're not going to be given to you either. There is work that needs to be done. And that's what I do. And that's what I continue to do. And I've been doing ever since I came here. And what I've discovered as of late is that this work and this process is never over. It's ever evolving. There are still many layers to be peeled. And I find myself in this transitional time in my life where I'm rediscovering myself all over again. I kind of lost myself for a little bit, and I'm rediscovering myself all over again. And guess what? When you're a few years sober, you'll start questioning, am I doing it right? Am I a fraud? Am I an imposter? Am I full of shit? Am I really who I think I am? And I had to go back to the basics and truly figure out everything all over again, 5 years sober, So there it is again. It's never too late to recreate yourself at any point in this journey, and here I am in another phase of recreation and discovery, and it's scary, and it can get dark. And this last year, I started working on some trauma from my past that is ever present in this transitional phase, and that is overwhelming, and that is daunting at times because it's unfamiliar, and and it leaves me very exposed and vulnerable. But the power of this process, the power in connection, and the power of, unconditional friendships, is something that I've really leaned on these last few months. And I love the analogy that Caesar shared with us, because it's so true, man. Like, we I am like I can create this narrative based on external circumstances that will convince me still that I am that person I used to be. And that is the most haunting thing for a guy like me, because I always told myself I will never be that person again. So now I'm like, I'm trying to discover why, because there were blessings to be that person, because that being that person got me to where I'm at, and I have this unique capability to reach somebody that's unreachable, and that is the gift, that, and then that again comes full circle around to me serving my purpose. And yeah, so this never too late theme is it's a beautiful thing. It's right on time, because yeah, it's never too late to continue searching, to continue seeking, getting closer to my truth, closer to my source, closer to my people, closer to my program. Um, Not being so self-righteous and full of pride, thinking that I am not susceptible. I got, and I think I got to a point where, like, I was like, how does this happen to me? And that right there is not a good place to be, because guess what? Anything can happen to anyone at any point in any time, right? And I am not above. None of us are above life's happenings coming at us. It is my responsibility to continuously do the work, so I have a defense against those circumstances when they arise. Thankfully, I'm equipped today, because I have been putting in the work since I stepped foot into this in this journey, and but yet, there's so much more room to grow, and I'm so grateful. Let me try to say this with a straight face. I am very grateful for the opportunity and the space to grow into this new individual that I am becoming, and truly humbled. That's one of the biggest themes for my life lately. I am humbled to know that I am not perfect. I don't have to be perfect. I have room to grow always, and that this process is merely beginning. And thankfully, I'm surrounded by people who love me. I'm infused with a source that just loves the shit out of me and has a great sense of humor, because he keeps, working in my life in mysterious ways that maybe I don't understand. But nevertheless, I'm receptive today, and only because of the work that I put in and I continue to put in. So, yeah.
That's fire. I mean, that's That's why I was like, let me get out of the way and just let Nate talk, man. I'm sorry I jumped in here, Justin. Justin's got a pouty face. I feel like a lot of times people will confuse the word serenity with comfort. In my experience of being in recovery, if I'm comfortable, I'm not growing. And I'm constantly, since I started this deal, I'm constantly outside of my comfort zone and pushing to be better on a daily basis, whether that's at work, at home, in the gym, whatever it is. I'm always pushing myself to be better. So comfort's really not a part of the deal. Serenity is my inner peace. I'm secure with who I am today. I know I'm putting forth my best efforts. I know that I'm not doing any harm. And that's my serenity, knowing that what my intentions are and knowing that my actions line up with my higher power's will for the most part every day. Do I drop the ball sometimes? Yes, but we're human. And we already said we're not perfect. Perfectionism is a defect. It's not an asset, but the thing is, it's something to strive for. You can strive for perfection because you'll look pretty good doing that. You'll get pretty far. I just have to know in my head I'll never be perfect. There's no end game to that. It's just to be better every single day. And some of the things you said just fired my brain cells, man. Like when I was out there, I would have traded my life for anybody's. That's how much I didn't want what I had. Anything was better than what I had. And today I wouldn't trade my life with anybody for anything. And that is a huge statement because, I didn't want to live. And now I love my life. And recovery did that for me. Spiritual progress did that for me. And I want everybody to be able to feel that feeling, to go from completely hopeless and not want to be here to I wouldn't trade my life with anybody, with some damn billionaire with yachts, any of that. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And that is the miracle of recovery.
Yeah.
Come on in here, Justin, and drop bombs.
I don't know if I have any bombs, bro. I will say, hey, Kelly. I will say that it's never too late to rediscover yourself. Because, listen, I still feel like I'm first day I came in here lately. And I'm like, what am I doing? Because as I'm discovering myself, I feel like I'm undiscovering myself too in the same sentence. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I still don't know exactly what I want to be. I thought being a business owner was up my alley, and that's definitely not it because I'm just not that dude.
It is up your alley.
It is.
Hold on.
We're going to argue with you right now.
You can argue with me all you want. But money doesn't move me, right? It's nice to have, but it doesn't move me. I don't know, man. Sometimes I think I need to brush up on my leadership skills is the problem, right? I feel like I have a lot of problems and I'm happy because I'm going to see a therapist this Tuesday again. And I'm looking forward to it because there's so much underlying shit. When I tell you I'm socially awkward, it's because there's so much underlying shit from I had my therapist tell me my mantra is freaking rejection. Like I have this thing about me with rejection, and it's my whole life has been like that. So I never let anybody get that close for that to happen. And that's my problem. And I feel like that's my problem when I'm trying to meet people as well. It's like, it's too late. There's no point. And that's what I'm going through. And maybe that's what I need. And I'd seen a comment in here. I think it was Autumn. Where was it? Hold on. It was up here. There it is. Anna, right there. I couldn't have gotten sober on 12 steps alone. I had to do trauma therapy too. I wish more people in the rooms would do the trauma work. I think it would save lives. And I feel that's Nate point me into, and I listen to him. And that's what we have to listen. When it's showing up, listen. And dude, today something happened where I was riddled with anxiety earlier. So bad. So bad. I called them. And that's why I told you I'm not doing a hook shot tonight. Let's do a rerun. I can't do this. I'm just not in a good spot right now. And they're like, stop, bro. Like, you're gonna do it because you need to do it. And I'm like, okay. And they talked me off the ledge, but then something happened and it showed up for me and it answered my own problem by itself. Literally. And I'm like, okay, now it's still a shitstorm, but now I know. And I'm like, man, okay, all right, let's move forward. It's gonna be a shit show, but I can handle it, man. I've handled so much. I know I can get through whatever is thrown in my way, but I'm also excited to go talk about it with my therapist because I'll tell you right now, like,
so happy.
Yeah. Listen, I really need to get through this, man. If not, I'm never going to grow as a human being. I'm never, because I'm holding myself back. I create my own damn problems and I hold myself back from a full life because I have this underlying shit that I don't know how to work through. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I can't. And I ruin almost every relationship I have. I'm a judgmental fucker. You know, and it's okay. You know, I work through it and it's going to be okay. Everything's going to make sense one day, you know?
Hey, Justin, real quick, you know, and this is a perfect example of how this thing works. Is Kelly got me to go to therapy. I went to therapy and then I got you to go there. Like, this is how this thing works, man. We inspire and motivate each other to do the work, you know? And like another little nugget that I just want, another beautiful thing, like I had a difficult night last night, right? And then I woke up this morning and Caesar hit me with the suggestion. He's like, Nate, go hang out with your dad today. I would give anything in this world to spend one more day with my dad. And so I did. I took my dad, we went to breakfast, got plants, took him to the crystal shop, and in the midst of that time, we were driving and he's like, Nate, I am so proud of you. And your mother is so proud of you. And I just broke down, you know. It's like, you know, it's if we can just get out of our own way and listen, because my source speaks through others. It's my responsibility to listen or not, you know. And I listened today and I got blessed because of it. So thank you, Caesar.
I'm glad you did, because that's a beautiful story.
Oh yeah, that just hit me in my feels, bro. Because hey, man, and that's what it's about, man. It's listening. If we're willing to listen to where our higher power shows up, man, you know, things happen, man, and it puts us right in the path where we feel that, you know. And it's like, man, I wish my mom was here, you know. Sometimes, you know, my dad's here, but I don't even want to talk about that one.
Yeah, talk to your therapist about that one.
That one's good for your therapist.
Yeah.
If you can be a blessing to somebody, typically you'll receive a blessing.
Yeah.
It's when you're not looking at your own crap that your higher power is just knitting and sewing your problems in the background. And I learned that very early on, that the less I focus on me and the more I focus on somebody else, the better my life is. The more I sit around and fixate on my perceived problems, the worse and the bigger they get.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, no chance. We're all getting on here tonight. We need to. We're getting on here, and this is what we're doing.
And I listened, even though I didn't want to. I was like, no.
I have spoken.
I said no. Like, get in the corner, Justin.
Listen, man, we got comments firing off in there.
I mean, I'm watching them.
Yeah. You want to read some? I'll read some. Let's see. I want to read this one. So Jamie says, hey, Host Shop family, thank you so much for letting me share last week. The response from everyone has been amazing. And she hit us up, man. It was just like, you know, just super grateful, man. That's what it's about. We got Jamie says, therapy saves lives. Highly recommended. We got Steve says, yes, Justin, inadequacy. I can't even say it, dude. Like, I tried.
Don't worry about it. Just know that it's a mofo.
Yeah, it's a
Just
mofo.
know that. That's it.
That's all
That's
you
it.
need to know, man. Thank you, Steve. Dropping
Even
bombs.
the word trying to is a mofo.
Oh, and
The
hey,
word's a
let me
mofo.
quick shout out to Steve, man. I was in Ocala on Friday, and we spent some time together. I appreciate the space. I love you, bro. Always love the support. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Sarah says, I felt like I totally figured this recovery out the last 3 years, and now I've been completely happy with literally almost everything. I feel like I find something and become miserable, like I don't deserve it because of my past. And I feel like that's a underlying stuff right there with the past stuff, you know? That's that trauma therapy.
Therapy. It
Yeah.
works wonders. Peel back those layers.
Don't do it like an old lady voice. No, like,
Therapy. I don't come on who I sing.
She's the therapy fairy.
I
Yeah.
am.
And Justin, also about that comment too. What if, like, the beauty and shifting our perspective and think because of our past, we do deserve great. Like, we deserve.
Yeah.
Maybe not deserve, but we are worthy of something beautiful because of everything that we experienced. It's
Or
the
you
other
take
way
those
around.
experiences and turn them into the beautiful thing that helps other people. You know, there's a reason for all of that.
Yeah. For the people that you don't know need your help. Exactly.
Jill says it took me almost 8 years to realize that I needed to add to my recovery journey. It was counseling. I did it. Absolutely. And congratulations for stepping up and taking that on.
Yeah.
I like how she said that. I need to add.
Yes.
That's all it is.
It's adding it to the, I always equate it like when I look at everything that I need for recovery, it's like a pie. And, you know, a 12-step program or whatever program you're working is a piece of that pie. The pieces look different to everybody. Counseling and, you know, medication were a part of my pie. Everybody's pie looks a little bit different, but it's not just whatever it is that, you know, meetings or whatever program you're doing. It's a part of it. My 12-step program was a piece of that recovery pie.
Yeah, I'm just learning about that.
It's okay.
I like this. Heidi says, I just turned 54 and I'm 17 months sober. My first year was basically making sure I didn't use. I am now working.
I'm working who I can be.
On who I can be without the use of substances and believing that it's never too late.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot of life left in me.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Whole lifetime. Beautiful.
And that's the topic.
Yeah, like I spun that back around. That's like Peter Griffin when he's watching the movies and he just the name of the movie in there and he goes, "Ooh, Roadhouse."
Yeah.
Spin it back in again.
Yeah, Hard Knocks Talks. What's up, my friend?
What's up, buddy?
Make sure you check him out, man. He does a podcast as well, a live stream right after this, actually. So if you didn't get enough, get some more. Give me some more. Like Busta Rhymes.
Give me some more.
Oh, well, here we go. We got Ali says this was a fantastic vulnerable live. I love it.
I was clicking that as you did it.
I clicked it first. Whoever read it dealt it. No, that's
exactly how that goes.
I used therapy and counseling as a part of my recovery journey before I got clean. My psych support is so proud of my clean time and love watching me grow in recovery.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
And to have them a part of your support system cheering for you too, it's just invaluable.
You got one, Caesar? If you put it up, I'll read it. Wow, Caesar. Amen.
Of course you put that one up.
Nah, here, read this.
Just dying. I was a liar, cheat, and a thief when I started to get clean. A good house cleaning from the fourth step. Being honest with my sponsor and myself, I forgave myself. God forgave, and I forgave others. I forgave someone for almost beating me to death and other horrible things that have happened in my life that I drank and drugged over. It all stopped working. Nothing could fill that dark hole in me till I let go and let God save me. God brought me to AA, and AA brought me to God, a sponsor, and peeps like me.
Beautiful.
Love you, Robin.
P.S. Hi, Cal.
Hi.
So much love to the Hope Shot. Much love to the Hope Shot. Hey, Miss Melissa. Good to see you here. We miss you. Need to get you on here. Let's see, we got Brett says you guys are a blessing every day to us all. The Hope Shots, the Hard Knot Talks, the ATOs, and seeing you guys all work together and show up on each other's shows and shout out. Recovering Out Loud saves lives. Yes, it sure does. That's it, man. It's no competition. We just got to freaking all work together, man, and spread that hope. You got anything you want to put up there? That's it. Yeah, thank you, Hope Shot, for your experience, strength, and hope. It was really silent there for him. It was like, I was like, what is he doing? Is he reading? He's not. What is he doing?
I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
You guys are they muted?
I'm forever grateful for y'all. Grateful for you, Jamie. Shout out to you.
All right. I'll tell you what I got stuck on.
That's what we got.
Because I don't understand this. Sarah says, I've done therapy. They say I'm good. And I did inpatient, outpatient, and all. I really don't think it's funny. Found that offensive. I'm not sure if she's talking about something in the comments, but I don't see anything.
Well, but we just wanted to address it anyway. If anything we said was offensive, please know that wasn't our intent.
I think it maybe it's because they say I'm good. I don't know. I have to look on the what you call it.
Yeah, but I wanted to address it and say that if we said, anything at all that offended you, Sarah, please know that's not our intention, and we apologize.
Absolutely. That's why I was quiet. I was just reading that to make sure I read it correct. So let's see. I think that covers everything.
Okay.
Dude, I'm so glad you came up with this topic tonight, Justin. From not wanting to come on to having a fantastic topic to making it a wonderful show. So, Justin, thank you for suiting up, showing up, and always leading us into a wonderful show. If I had control of the music, I would turn it on right now.
Wait, you do
one quickly, because we were talking about this as we were writing a grant that the Hope Shot is a part of, and Anna said, my substance abuse. You playing music? My substance abuse counselor taught yoga for recovery. Everyone in the class was in recovery. That has always been a big piece of my recovery pie too. I love that, and I think that one day we should have an art in recovery and yoga in recovery, or something like a topic like that, and talk how all these different things and modalities can help recovery. And maybe Anna would want to come on and talk about a little bit about that. Just saying.
Actually, I would love to have Anna on here.
That would be awesome.
Anna is fire. So if you hear us, Anna, we're always looking for people to come on the shot with us.
Invitational.
I think it would just be cool to show different pieces of it that have helped people's recovery pie,
Yeah.
She's a why. Let's talk about it. Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
talk about it.
I'm a kid.
All right, guys, man, that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here and hearing our vulnerability and putting our stuff out there. And whoever's struggling tonight, I hope you got something out of it. And you go into this week and know who the fuck you are, because that's what we're doing this week, right, guys?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. I love you all, man. Have a great night. See ya.